Hey, shadow noises. Hello, night owls. Hey, Funkadelic. Yup, this is my awake time too. Yeah. Yep. Me and my inconsistent sleep schedules. Some things never change. Hey, what's up, Hin? Hey, cowboy. What time is it? For me, it's about to be 4 a.m. Oh, it's a huntress. She's already throwing shit at me. Okay. She decided to go for Meg. Meg has been destroyed. Imagine. She's gonna come straight for me here. We have a guy in the basement. Be free, Megan. Here for the vibes? Oh yeah, gonna be some chill by daylight. Add some degen hours. Hey, Matic. Well, at least I got her attention blowing up the generator. Not exactly what I meant to do. I'm leaving. Oh. They're dead. Eric, thank you so much for the 43 months. Thank you. Ooh, my game's a bit loud. Turn it down slightly. Change message from because my sleep schedule's messed up to for my loyal fans from the EU. That works too. Oh, I see. This is why nothing is getting done. Why do I have people just crouching around the edge of the map? Not touching generators or doing anything. Oh. Feng Min is on a generator. I take it back. Hey, Yami. Hey, Nivbet. Checking out Silent Hill 1 PC Recomp. It's pretty much fully playable, but some graphical issues right now. Getting blue blood instead of red blood. Yeah. PC Recomp is making a lot of progress right now. I'm gonna probably wait until stuff gets stable and there's actually like a little bit more progress and polish. Before I really start delving into it. Which will probably be pretty soon. My whole team is dead. I'm kind of considering just letting them die. I think I just get points and go for hatch. Nobody has been doing anything. There's one generator done. Even when I took chase. So I'm gonna let them stay on the hook. Huntress is actually patrolling gens though. Against my better judgment. When did they get your likeness in the game? Yeah, I'm still waiting for my my paycheck for using my likeness. All right, Dwight. Gotta run. She's reloading. Did I like Ingrid in Street Fighter 6? She seems really cool. I've played her a little bit. She's not exactly my style, like, definitely not like my new main or anything. But she seems really good. Oh my god. What a game. What a first match for the night. Wish you were a Sea Viper player, but simply so terrible. My execution's not good enough to play Sea Viper either. Even back in like Street Fighter 4 days. Like Street Fighter 4 was the one that I played like the most competitively. And I can play pretty much everyone in that game relatively decently, probably except for Sea Viper and a handful of others. I was never very good with Sea Viper. I was never very good with Guy. But yeah. Still in Street Fighter 6, I really just like playing Blanca. I haven't even found a character that I really like playing as a secondary. Anytime I play Street Fighter 6, I just want to play Blanca. I thought I could pick her up in time. I should have baited the hatchet. Well, that's GG. That was a really stupid first game. Mena performs so well with Blanca. Oh yeah, like Mena's insane. Because Blanca is definitely not what I would consider a top tier character, you know? I think he's pretty good overall in Street Fighter 6. But he's not like insane. Yeah, the fact that he is playing on controller as well. But Blanca's just a lot of fun. Blanca's so much fun. I like crazy mix-up type characters. And I like characters that have a lot of fun combo potential. And Blanca fits both of those things for me very well in Street Fighter 6. Yeah, he did get nerfed. He did sadly get nerfed. Hop is not nearly as good anymore. It's Jeff's map, it really is. Mount Ormond, the first Mount Ormond. Because there's another Ormond map now. Is that Deathslinger? Yeah. Ugh. Got the other two working on gens. Should probably try to go for the save. Oh, don't run him towards the hook. Don't run towards the hook. Okay, well, they're gonna 1-for-1, I guess. Oh, it's not even gonna 1-for-1. He's slugging for Meg. I'm waiting out borrowed time. Waiting out endurance. Didn't get her. Went back for the pickup instead, so at least it was a 1-for-1. We don't get this. Ooh, got him to whiff a swing. Meg got 0 distance. Meg, run away. Meg, please, just run away. Damn, they got to second stage on Hook. I get the feeling I'm about to get got. Oh, he's right there. Good job, Meg. Oh, the gen was so close. Oh. Oh, I didn't get the pallet up here. That's so sad. We get this one. Okay, just go shack here. No basement. Meg's at least back on a generator. Why do I feel like I'm getting into matchmaking with brand new players? Oh, Meg was right there for the save. Meg seems to be trying. Meg seems to be making plays. Spaceman died immediately, and Lara Croft is going down like instantly. You're broken. You're broken. You're broken. You can't be healed. She doesn't even realize broken status. Like, these are brand new players. These are people who don't know what they're doing. Don't run to the corner to heal. Oh my god. This person. You don't want to do this. Especially against Deathslinger. You want to stay where you have something you can use. Especially a pallet. But even just a window. You don't want to just be in the corner of the map where there's nothing to defend yourself. Thankfully, he's not over here after popping the gen. Otherwise, at least one of us would have been downed. Is he really still just kind of like guarding this? No, he's chasing Meg. Hey, Kruo. Hope you're doing well. I'm hanging in there. Oh, wow, that got... What do we have here? That pallet's used. Guess this one. He has no ed. Dodge it. Going back up. They should at least get a door. Meg gets a door. Lara Croft is breaking, no Ed. If they heal Meg, they could maybe get me out. If they can heal Meg and somehow get this gate open. Probably not, though. I imagine they're just gonna... Yeah, they're gonna get chased out. Shit, he might get Meg. Damn. Gearhead, Deadman Switch, Retribution, and Noed. Hey, what's up, Stones? How are the games going? So far, pretty bad. I feel like I'm getting into matchmaking with people who don't really seem to know what they're doing. But that's only my second game, third game, second game, I think. Has just been a rank reset. Rank reset shouldn't have anything to do with matchmaking. Like, they don't matchmake you based on rank anymore. It's based on MMR. Is he new? Who? The character I'm playing as? No, Jeff's been in the game for years. I just started playing him as my main because he looks just like me. Like, I look almost exactly like this in real life. I said I'm waiting on my royalties check for stealing my likeness. Bardic Inspiration, let's go. Presuming you heard they're adding more people from Silent Hill? Yes, of course. I watched the whole anniversary, 10-year anniversary presentation thing. We've been posting about it in the Discord, sharing all the information. So yeah, Hinako is coming out as a skin for Cheryl. And Hinako as a skin for Cheryl, and Bubblehead Nurse from Silent Hill 2 is going to be a skin for Spirit. We get Hinako like later this month, and then Nurse is sometime next year. Harry may be coming 2027. They kind of hinted at it. Not really. There's a lot of people like speculating, but it wasn't really hinted at. The only Silent Hill stuff that's really known, and including from leaks, like, because people leaked that Cheryl was getting another legendary skin that's going to have voice lines. People were speculating that was going to be Harry, but that is confirmed to be Hinako. And then 2027 is going to be the Nurse costume for Spirit. I mean, they might do something in conjunction with Silent Hill 1 Remake, but keep in mind, we still don't even have any more information on that other than it's in development. That's all we know. We don't have any idea as far as the timeline, date, let alone cross-promotional stuff with other games like DBD. It's just a little too early to start speculating on that stuff, in my opinion. Yeah, Code Veronica. Resident Evil Veronica, the Code Veronica remake. Looking forward to that. Hey, what's up, Eternal? I'm hanging in there. Like, in general, health has been better, but still have issues, still have things I need to take care of. Right now I've got a tooth, another broken tooth that I need to have extracted, and I just don't like have the money or anything for it. And no, the thing with YouTube is not resolved. It will likely never be resolved until YouTube does a major overhaul on their automated copyright systems. And they're not going to do that. Companies are not moving away from automation. They're leaning extra heavily into letting AI just fuck everything up instead of just having people who can, you know, do jobs. What's happened with YouTube? I made some videos on it if you want to check my channel. But basically, there's people using AI to create scam copyright claims by doing false music copyright claims against my channel. So basically my YouTube channel is demonetized. Like, I'm not making any money through it because scammers will just take like a random Silent Hill song that's used in whatever Silent Hill game I'm playing. They AI generate like lyrics to go over it, and then they get their version with the lyrics copywritten through YouTube's automated systems, and then flag my videos as if I'm using their fucking stupid AI lyric video song, whatever. And there's nothing I can do to combat it. It's a scam that's been around on YouTube for a long time. People have done that by claiming, like, doing a cover version or a remix of a song, and then claiming videos that use the original. It's been around like that even before AI, but now that people can just, like, shit out AI lyrics and AI remixes and stuff, instead of having to put in the effort to actually, like, do a cover or a remix or whatever, people can use AI to just mass generate those bullshit songs and false copyright claims. So basically anything I upload to YouTube gets false claimed, and there's no way for me to fight it. Like, if I try to appeal, they can just deny my appeal, and if I want to push it further, I have to give up all of my personal information, my name, my address, everything like that, to a scammer, which is not a good idea. So there's nothing I can do. What's the profit for the scammer? Just to annoy people? They claim the ad revenue for my video. All of the money that my video would typically make from ad revenue, they just take my entire video's revenue. So the profit is literally my paycheck. They steal my money. They steal my ad revenue from my YouTube videos. That's the whole point. It's very high reward and very low risk. Even if they get, like, even in the absolute best case scenario, if I could give up my information and get an actual human on YouTube's side to look at the claim and ban their channel, that's all that happens. Their channel gets shut down, and they just immediately open up 10 more. And it's all AI-generated songs. It takes them a day to make another 100 and just keep doing false claims. YouTube now detects AI use, so it should not be allowed to copyright claim. Technically, you shouldn't be able to copyright AI-generated content at all. This is all people... You don't seem to understand. These are people not playing by the rules and not being punished for it. Like, if people actually followed the rules and the laws, and if YouTube detecting AI actually meant anything, then it would be great. But the system fundamentally does not work because it's all automated. You don't have any human intervention to go in and say, yes, this is somebody clearly falsely claiming audio from like a 25-year-old game as their own, you know? That step never happens. No, YouTube doesn't allow it. Again, this is all stuff that's against terms of service. And in some cases, literally against the law in regards of like copywriting AI-generated material. They're scammers. They don't give a fuck. It would be nice if we lived in a world where people followed rules and laws mattered, but we don't. So the scammers just get to do what they want on YouTube, and people like me just have to eat shit. Like, that's the situation. But again, rules and laws and shit like that just don't fucking matter anymore. Not to people who are scammers. Like, that's the whole point. They don't give a shit. Like, they're already doing something illegal and disingenuous. Clearly, they're not going to follow fucking YouTube TOS. And again, the worst thing that happens to them is they get one channel shut down. And in the process of that happening, they also get my personal information. And they can just, again, it takes literally minutes to just generate more songs, open up new channels, and do the entire thing over again. Like, there's no avoiding it. Like, YouTube is impossible to rely on as a platform anymore in terms of like monetization or any sort of income. At this point, YouTube is just a platform to try to get more people to come over to Twitch. That's all I can hope, is that more people from YouTube will come over to Twitch and support me here. GG. But yeah, the YouTube situation is just fucked until, like, it's gonna take full-on laws being reformed. Like, copyright laws and things are gonna need to be completely reformed for modern AI use, and that's just... they benefit too many people to stay the way that they are, outdated and purposefully easily manipulated, because too many companies can profit off of copyright legislation and litigation towards like copyright infringement and stuff the way that it is right now too easily, because things are too sort of, the definitions of things are too broad and old and outdated. So until laws change, YouTube's not going to change, and until YouTube changes, YouTube is just basically, you can't monetize the platform unless you are an absolutely massive creator. Like, you pretty much need to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, possibly millions, and be making like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars through the platform for them to actually do anything to help you. If you're a small creator like me, who's like only making a couple hundred a month, you know, they don't give a shit. They just let the scammers have it. Is he still chasing me? He finally dropped off. Getting Jason today or giving it a pass? I'm going to go ahead and get Jason. It's been a while since I've gotten Dead by Daylight chapter, like, actually paid for stuff. But I'm a really big Friday the 13th fan, even though it's technically not a Friday the 13th chapter. It is specifically a Jason Universe chapter. Like, they can't use the name Voorhees, they can't use Crystal Lake, they can't use anything from any of the movies because of the lawsuit stuff. Victor Miller owns basically the rights to a lot of the stuff that he wrote for the first movie. So that's the Voorhees name, the Crystal Lake setting, a lot of that stuff. All they have the rights to is Jason himself. And even then, it has to be like their original stuff or stuff that's based on the new properties that are going to be coming out. Yeah, Nick, I already used the 10 million. I just dumped it into Jeff. I probably should have saved it for like new characters and stuff like that, but I don't care. You get blood points so easily in this game now. Plus the event is about to happen. There's going to be lots of extra blood points and stuff for the anniversary event. Nice. David got back on the generator over there. This one up here is already done. Try and get Sprint Burst back. Same as Ghostface, they don't have the rights to the movies. Yeah, it's just the mask. It's not a Scream chapter. It's just the Ghostface costume. Same deal with Leatherface. That's why Leatherface didn't have like a survivor or a map. Man's looping his demons. For real, though. Wish Sprint Burst could be activated by button, and not as soon as you start running. It would be way too strong if you could. It would be way too strong if you could. Hey, Alien. Cool music discovery from last stream. Yeah, it was really interesting coming across that. That said, I kind of spent the night just going down a rabbit hole figuring it out, and by the time I was done, I was like, this is interesting enough, I want to share it with other people, so I made that video. But I'm glad people have been liking it. I can never tell if I'm just like obsessing over a weird little detail that nobody's going to really care about. Or if people will actually like it and find it something interesting the way I do. Excited about any of the new stuff? Not sure if you've seen. I saw everything. I see everything. Yeah. Excited for Hinako. Excited for Bubblehead Nurse. Excited for Scooby-Doo cosmetics. Excited for modding, graphics updates. I'm just gonna let her recover. You know, if he tried to come back and pick up, I was ready with the flashlight at least. But yeah, lots and lots of cool stuff on the way for Dead by Daylight. I'm excited about pretty much most of it. Almost all of it. There's nothing that I'm, like, upset about or worried about. Graphics update a little bit, just because performance optimization is going to be a problem, probably. Hopefully the game doesn't just, like, run like shit once they change it up. No, not a joke. Actual Scooby-Doo content. We're getting Scooby-Doo costumes. Cosmetics. Graphic update looks really cool, but you're on a 1080. Rip my DVD career. Yeah. I mean, so far I'm doing okay on my 3060 Ti. But even that's gonna start getting sort of towards the low end. It's already kind of on the low end to some degree. I think Townfall is like a 20 series minimum requirement. How did Silent Hill F run on a 3060? What's weird with that is, Silent Hill F ran perfectly for me when the game first came out. And then they updated it. And when they did the update, it was lagging more often. Like, I was getting way more issues with frame rate drops in certain areas. So something about the patch, when they changed, like, they added the new difficulty and repositioned some monsters and stuff like that. Something about that patch unoptimized parts of the game and made it run, like, noticeably worse. But when I played it on launch, I only had, like, one area that was super laggy. Tipped you earlier, since there's no alert, just let me know. Yeah, I still don't have a way to do alerts, because I don't want to go through Stream Elements and stuff like that, and there's not integrated PayPal stuff with Twitch yet. I see that here, though.
So, I'm screwed.
Oh, the Steve voice line scared me. I thought somebody started talking to me in Discord. What the fuck? Yeah, $10 here, Eternal. Thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. Hope it'll get better at some point. Thanks for all the content over the years. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate the support. Yeah, hopefully Twitch can eventually do some sort of integrated PayPal thing for alerts, because I don't want to use third-party things like Stream Elements and stuff like that anymore. But yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Eternal. Yeah, I'm not used to Steve's new voice yet either, Nick. Again, for a moment, I thought I was accidentally in a Discord channel or something. And someone popped on. That was funny. Meg down. 10 seconds into the match. It is a ghoul. Pains me the bad shit happens to you. It's unfair. Really do like your content. Thank you. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's what matters to me. Like, when I first started streaming, I spent years streaming to basically nobody. So, I consider myself super lucky just to even have an audience that enjoys what I do and wants to support me, even if the platforms are kind of shitty and circumstances aren't always the best. At the end of the day, I'm just a nerd who likes playing games and sharing that with you guys. That's all that matters. I can share what I do and people have a good time watching. You gotta commit. This one is hard for you to use your power. Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it. All the gens are getting done. Finally, we get a team that is willing to touch generators while I do a chase. Holy shit. Why is he using first tentacle to grab? I don't think the ghoul knows his power. No, I don't think so either. I feel like I'm getting matched up with a lot of new players, both killers and survivors. Like, I don't know what's going on with matchmaking, but there's There's people playing that it literally feels like it's their first time playing the game or something. Like they're trying to figure out very basic stuff. We had a survivor who didn't understand they can't be healed while they're broken in like one of my first matches. And now we kind of have a killer who's not really making use of the power. Could just be their first time playing this killer. He can kind of defend these doors, especially if he knows to use his mobility. This person needs to take him away from the gate, though. Nasty little sprint burst just then. See, that's what I'm saying. If you could just sprint burst at any point, like with a button. The way Stones, I forgot who mentioned it earlier. Stones mentioned that earlier. Yeah, sprint burst, you can see how strong it is. If you know how to use it when you really need to use it. Hey, what's up, Warp World? Just saying hi, mostly lurking a lot. Rest assured, Madman's ravings don't go unnoticed. Love the streams, man. Always nice seeing you have fun. Meshed with your horror enthusiasm and other things I like. Back to lurk mode. Enjoy your lurk. It's all good. Oh, I feel like we need to match the Claudette energy here. Here we go. Wait, it's there. Are they using prestige on head? Oh, I fucked up. Where's my... There it is. Sprint burst is best exhaust perk. I agree. Yes, Cruo, I'm playing at a weird time. It's like 5 a.m. for me right now. My sleep schedule's very upside down. Sorry if this is too personal, but did you ever consider moving countries with a better healthcare? Yeah, it's just difficult and takes a lot of time and money that I don't really have, unfortunately. But it is something that me and my wife have talked about. We've also got family where we're living currently, so they kind of need our help and support. So Yeah, it's just not realistically a good option for us right now. It's Pyramid Head? It is Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head in the RPD. I didn't even look at what build I had on Claudette. Resilience. Plot twist. Overcome. Am I using Lucky Break? Yeah. Or made for this. Resilience. Lucky Break. Oh, come on. Moved countries 10 years ago myself. It wasn't the smoothest experience, but looking back, it wasn't too bad either. I mean, a lot of it is very circumstantial. It depends on what country you're already living in and what country you're moving to. Like, if you live in Europe and you're moving from one European country to another, a lot of times that can be not as bad as someone like me living in the United States, trying to move somewhere else. There's a lot of countries that really don't want people from the United States right now. So unless you already have, like, you know, a job set up or some sort of specialty, like if you're a doctor or a fucking physicist or something like that, or if you have family in another country, that kind of thing. But we don't have anything like that. Dude, my head's not in the game. Oh, okay. I need to go for the cage. But yeah, on top of the fact that we're, like, taking care of Rachel's parents and stuff, where we live right now, we can't just, like, leave them behind, and they're not gonna move up and move countries with us. But if it ever becomes a reasonable possibility, it's definitely something me and my wife have considered. see your point, but I do hope one day you can do it. Should you choose to do so? I mean, I just hope things in my own country improve as well. That would be the ideal situation, is that I don't have to move. That the situation improves here enough, or that I'm making enough money that I can afford, you know, better healthcare. Oh, I'm getting hit. I got stuck. If there was no limit, where would you go ideally? Probably Japan. At the very least, I've been to Japan. I have experience there. I'm not fluent, but I'm at least, you know, practiced with the language. I could spend a couple months studying and get to a point where I'd feel confident enough, like, in terms of language. Can I get a heal? Thank you. What's my favorite Japanese word? I like a lot of the Japanese words for sound effects and onomatopoeia, or things that are like pseudo onomatopoeia. Like the word for explosion. Bakuhatsu. Bakuhatsu. There's something about that, like... the pronunciation of it that feels correct. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Certain words sort of have the mouth feel that goes with their meaning. And I like words like that. I'm trying to think of like another good example. Oh no. Claudette's dead. Paku Paku. Yeah, those are always fun words too. Especially when it's that repeated sound. Paku Paku. Giri Giri. Byun Byun. Dragon Quest taught me Puff Puff, Pafu Pafu, Pahu Pahu. Is he just hanging out here by the gate? Is this door open? That door is not open. You know exactly 2 words in Japanese, both learned from Grand Theft Auto 5? I mean, honestly, I don't know if it's a bad take, hot take, whatever, but if you're learning words or language, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you learned or like where you learned something from. As long as you take an interest in a language enough to memorize and learn anything, like that's what counts. That's how most people start learning something new. You've learned half your English from P5. We've got someone in our community who is mostly fluent in Japanese, but still like living there, practicing Japanese. Who's been making flashcards and learning, like expanding their vocabulary through playing Persona. Using Duolingo as an introduction to Japanese, then I'll start taking classes. That's a good way to do it. I feel like there's so many resources for like teaching yourself language now that formal classes are not super necessary for a lot, but it also just depends on what helps you learn as a person. Some people learn better from more formal classes and things. For me, I've always done better sort of. I like being self-taught, and I like speaking with people who um, know the language. Like when I was first learning a lot of Japanese, um, which was like through anime, like anime and video games at a super young age are what got me interested in sort of Japan in the first place, right? This is when I was like literally 6, 7 years old. By the time I realized there was a difference between like American cartoons and Japanese made cartoons, watching Speed Racer and stuff like that. And just sort of pick up words here and there. Sorry, I'm trying to focus because it's a ghoul. Losing my train of thought. But like, in the early 2000s, I started going to like anime conventions. And I met a lot of people who were fluent in Japanese, and I met a lot of people who just were Japanese. And I remember just like asking them, you know, like, here's a couple of Japanese words I know. And they would like be like, oh, cool, you know, here's some other words, here's some other vocabulary. Or they'd correct me on some pronunciation. And when I you know, start learning to read and write a little bit. So that interaction with other people helps me a lot. Sitting down and trying to do like formal courses, I have a harder time, I think, really digesting and internalizing the information compared to sort of learning it on my own and then having somebody to practice it with. If I can learn something on my own and have a way to practice it, that's the main thing I need to like really be able to learn and improve. Warden, thank you so much for the 13 months. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're on our degenerate Dead by Daylight schedule. So I'm streaming at some odd hours. Learning the language in the country might be the best and fastest way to learn. I mean, I definitely learned so much Japanese the first time just going to Japan and spending like a month. There's so much signage, especially if you stay around major places. Like, I was mostly between Yokosuka, which is a international naval base, so there's a lot of the signs and things. There's a lot of English speakers. So Yokosuka is a good place, and then just around major cities, like staying around Tokyo. I was able to learn a lot because, yeah, there's just a lot of signs that are both in English and Japanese, so you can see how something is written out. You start seeing familiar characters in kanji. You have a lot of locals who will speak to you in Japanese, but also speak English, so they can sort of help you learn things, explain things. Thank you, Rick Walking Dead. Recently learned in regular conversations, they drop the particles. How am I supposed to learn when they don't even follow the rules? But that, to me, is also an important part of learning, because English is the same way, where learning proper English and then learning casual conversational English are two completely different things. Most languages are like that, where the actual learning of it formally is only so necessary as long as you understand why the conversational stuff is kind of the way that it is. Because, yeah, Japanese is, for example, very contextual. If you're in a situation where, you know, you're with somebody who is older than you, you're gonna speak differently than if you're with somebody who's the same age or younger. There's a lot of circumstances around Japanese language that really affect how you're going to speak. It's the same has the same meaning, but you use different words. Yeah, Japanese is like that, where there's like multiple different words that have the same meaning, but you use them in different contexts. Like counting. There is not a universal way that you count things in Japanese. Like in English, it's always just like the number and then the object. 4 apples, 4 horses, 4 houses, 4 airplanes, 4 people. In Japanese, the word you use to refer to a number when you're counting in sequence changes depending on if it's a small object or a large object or a long object or a person or a creature, something that's living. All of those things are taken into context and change the way that you use certain vocabulary. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to try to like get used to. Did you manage to keep in mind katakana? I always forget about them because I just don't use them often. To be honest, as many years as I've studied and studied and studied, because I don't practice it enough, I constantly forget even basic hiragana and katakana all the time. It's one of those things that if I spend a little bit of time, it comes back to me. But I'm not fluent enough, and it's not like route memory enough for me to just look and know. Certain characters I always know. I've gotten to a point where certain hiragana and katakana I typically know, so a lot of things I figure out through context. Because most of the time, if I'm looking at a katakana or a hiragana symbol at a character, I usually am like, okay, is this one or this one? Is this shi or is this tsu? Like, and then if I can read the other characters that are next to it and have some context of what the word is supposed to be, I can figure out what the one I don't know right away is, you know. Yay, we love Kaneki. Yeah, especially we love being 3-gen'd against Kaneki. Kaneki. I tried to see if I could dodge the hit with the locker. DJ, welcome back. Thank you so much for the re-sub, the tier 2. Very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. My first aid kit's broken. Where was the door? Straight ahead. Found most katakana and hiragana look like letters or pictures. Pick that shit up fast. I mean, if you can associate it with pictures and associate that with the sound, like once you have that, that helps so much. The problem is there's just so many. There's just so many, and so many characters that look similar to other characters, especially when you start getting into kanji. Sound, you refer to it as little pie. It doesn't even matter if it makes sense. Like, it just has to stay in your mind. Like, the way I always remember the kanji for the number 4, shi or yon, in my mind, for whatever reason, I view it as a little bucket, and if the bucket was floating like part full of water, the English characters IL would be like floating at the top of the bucket. So I made the word association in my brain 4 ill buckets, or like 4 lil buckets. So every time I'm writing out my numbers, I still think of that in my mind, because like Ichi is super easy. Each is just that one line. Ni, your 2 lines. San, your 3 lines. 4 is the first one where it deviates from that pattern. So this was one of the first things that I was learning. This is, you know, almost 30 years ago now. But that was the association that I made in my head. So anytime I get to 4, I'm like, 4 is the little bucket, the lil bucket. So it's like a little bucket shape with IL at the top. That's 4. So it doesn't even need to really make sense. It just needs to make sense to you. The kanji for neko, for cat, I learned it because of a store that we had in Austin, Texas, called Neko Neko Anime, and they sold these fans, these little, you know, paper fans that had their store logo on them, which was the kanji for neko, but designed in such a way where you could see it looks like a cat. So it's one of those kanji that I'll always recognize now, because it literally looks like a cat when you sort of look at it the right way. So it's just like years and years and years of that. You sort of get the association of what something means and how it sounds and how it looks, and then whatever your brain needs to do to connect all of that. Is Sable an original character from DBD? Yeah, Sable's original. Bacon strips. And bacon is delicious. B and D sounds. That's a good way to do that. I like that. Bacon is delicious. Nemesis. Any Silent Hill streams planned for this week? I mean, I'm not good at planning stuff, but we'll probably do another wheel spin. Also, I guess I should finish Downpour. So I'll probably finish Downpour sometime this week. And then sometime after that, we'll probably do a wheel spin for our next random thing. What happened with the Downpour stream? My internet cut out. We've been having really spotty internet. It tends to happen around here. We had a power outage a while back, and I think all of our like power lines and internet lines and everything, we live in kind of a rural area, so a lot of stuff is sharing poles and routing points and things like that. So if some idiot like hits a pole and the power goes out, a lot of times the internet goes out too, and then it takes a while for them to do repairs, so sometimes the internet can be really spotty. That's why I haven't been streaming so much the last few days, because the internet's just been kind of shitty. Plan on playing the PC recompiled port of Silent Hill 1 that just came out. Not the one that's out right now, but as they start to polish it and make it good, then yeah. Definitely once people figure out like mods and stuff. Once there's something a little bit more interesting to show. Because right now it's like, it's cool that it exists and that it's functional. But it's very buggy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be smoothed out, so I'm not interested in just streaming, you know, hey look, you can play Silent Hill natively on the PC as a buggy mess. It doesn't exactly make for the most interesting content. Once it's fully functional and there's like mods and stuff, then yeah, for sure, I'll be playing it. But I just don't see the point right now. Used to live in an extremely nice area, and you'd be amazed how many Range Rovers hit poles. Yeah. Around here, it's more like some drunk redneck in a pickup truck taking a corner too fast. Knock down a fucking power line and entire neighborhood goes pitch black, no internet, no power. But yeah, as far as getting back to Downpour and stuff like that, it'll probably be later this week. The next couple days, I'm probably going to be playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. The 10th anniversary stuff has got me excited. And wanting to play the game again. And Jason comes out later today in like 5 hours or something. Looking forward to see what Hinako will look like. I mean, they already showed that. If you want to see in-game, they showed. Yeah, just look up the reveal trailer. They show her in-game, like, working on a generator and stuff like that. So, the model looks good. It looks like Hinako. Yeah, Bubblehead Nurse also looks good. Gotta wait longer for her, though. That's not going to be till next year that we get the nurse costume for Spirit. I got till next year to get better at playing Spirit. She looks very good. Might have to reinstall DVD. Here, I'll go ahead and pull that up on stream. for anybody who hasn't seen it. That has like the crowd reaction sounds. It should be. I thought it was on the main Dead by Daylight channel. Nope. We'll just watch this one. So there you go. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. Hey, Maxi. Maxi Lobes with the raid. Thank you so much, Maxi. Welcome, Raiders. Wine time. Wine time? What is wine time? Is it wine time? Is Maxi drinking? Good to see you, dude. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much for the wonderful raid, dude. Hope the stream went well. Were you up to some more Code Veronica grinding? Is that what we were doing today? What were we up to? Got a decent PB in CVX? Hell yeah. Congrats, man. Still have a few minutes to shave, but getting better. Good shit. Good shit. Gotta get ready. Gotta be prepared for Resident Evil Veronica. I'm so excited, man. Like, I know, controversial opinion, but I fucking love Code Veronica. It's genuinely one of my favorite Resident Evil games. Behind only probably Resident Evil 3 OG for me. I really love Code Veronica. So, out of all of the remakes that have released so far, this is the one that I'm probably anticipating the most. Ten whole years, I'm afraid to say I'm in the same boat. Oh, with this game? Yeah. It's crazy to think I've been playing Dead by Daylight for 10 whole years already. It's just time just starts having no meaning after enough passes. That's too much for me to sit here and think about and comprehend. Like, I've been streaming for 15 years. I've been playing this game for 10 years. Where is this man? I'm leaving. 10? Yeah. This month, this is the 10th anniversary for Dead by Daylight. And I started playing this game shortly after launch. Like a couple days after it came out. My friend Trina. Shoutouts to Stinky Treen. Got it for me. And it was just something to mess around and play with friends. But I got way more into it than they did. And just kind of kept playing it. I'm still playing it 10 years later. I have like close to 4,000 hours. Which, over the span of 10 years, is not that much. There's a lot of people who play this game who are well over the, like, 10,000 hour mark. But considering this is not, like, the main thing that I stream on my channel, like, Silent Hill is still always been my main channel focus. I've played a decent amount of Dead by Daylight, obviously, over the years. 4,000 hours worth, but yeah, crazy to think this game would still be going after this long, but I still have fun with it, and I'm super excited about a lot of the new stuff that just got announced. We got Jason coming out later today. We've got Hinako from Silent Hill F later this month. This game's the reason you have a Twitch account? You got killed by a TTV and went to watch them? Damn. Hey. Whatever brings you into the community. Sometimes it's something as simple as that. As someone who didn't really enjoy Code Veronica, hopeful the remake will change your mind. We shall see. They're definitely going to have to, like, change some stuff and expand a lot of things. Even the trailer is kind of giving that implication that we're going to see more of the lead-up of Claire on her initial search for Chris. So I'm excited. I'm curious to see what they do with it. have, like, nothing. I hate Borgo. This killer, dude. Nice try. Any big improvements you think they could do or that you want with Veronica? I mean, again, I'm super biased. I love the original. So, on the one hand, I wouldn't mind a lot of stuff staying relatively close. Wonder if they'll have the helicopter chase scene. Oh, that'd be interesting. Definitely can see them probably changing a lot of the Steve moments in dialogue. They're probably going to change some Steve stuff. I can almost guarantee you they're going to change some of the stuff with the Ashcrofts. Ashfords. There's no Jen there. I tried. I tried. Do we still have a generator down here? That one's done. Most wanted improvement is getting rid of potential soft locks. Guarantee you that will be not an issue. Because they're going to add new puzzles. They're going to change key items, and it's most likely going to be more like the more recent, more modern Resident Evil style inventory systems and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's not going to be an issue. No, Ed. Hell yeah. I bet it's a totem down here, too. See if I can find it. Bet it's gonna be in the most, like, annoying spot. There it is. Boom. Fuck your NOED. Oh, I'm so glad we got her to whiff that hit. That gave us so much distance. Is this not open, though? It's not open. Never played Code Veronica, never had a console to play it on. Remember trying to set up an emulator for it back in the day, but it ran about as gracefully as a pregnant hippo. It's a good description. I mean, just depends on what kind of emulator you're setting up and what kind of computer you're running it on. For me, I was a really big fan of the Dreamcast. I was a very big fan of the Dreamcast. So for a long time, that was like the main console that I played and collected for. Oh well. I did my best. Got one person out. Leon should get out. Yeah, it was close. They did a little known HD version on PS3 and Xbox 360. I think you can still pick it up on the Xbox store. Can you? Can you still get that version? That'd be pretty cool. I don't think I've ever played that version either. I've only ever played Code Veronica, like first release on Dreamcast, and CVX on PS2. And genuinely, I've played the OG version on Dreamcast way more than I've played CVX. I have a lot more experience with that version of it than I do with the PS2 port. Because again, I absolutely loved the Dreamcast. Like, I've had a lot of consoles, basically every console for the most part. All the major releases, but the Dreamcast was the only one that I actively tried to collect, like, everything in the library at one point. And I came pretty close to completing that collection. But I wound up selling a lot of it. many, many years ago because I had lost my job and I had lost my car and I was in a really rough spot and had to sell off a lot of my game collection stuff. To be honest, I still have days like that because I've got medical debts and bills I'm trying to pay, and I haven't had my income has been basically cut in half because of scammers and shit on YouTube targeting my channel. So they've essentially demonetized my YouTube channel. And there are days where I'm like, you know, I have like a few $1,000s in classic horror games. If it ever gets really desperate. But obviously I would rather keep everything I can right now. Especially considering I like play these games for a job. But there's a lot of stuff that we have like duplicates of because basically I want to sell, I'm tempted to sell my collection because my wife has basically all the same things. And between the two of us, there's not a reason to have like multiple copies. Don't do it? Oh, I know. I have not done it yet. I have not gotten to that point. But, I said, when I'm getting pressured by debt collectors and shit like that every day, and I'm like, you know, this copy of Kuon would be a big chunk of that debt, just selling that one game. But man, stuff like that, I care more about keeping it for now. Things, like I said, are not that desperate. So stupid YouTube doesn't do anything about the scammers? Yeah, YouTube doesn't give a shit about creators on their platform. If you're not pulling in like hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're not going to do anything to really help. Like if you're a top creator, then they'll actually go through and help. There's other things that you can do, but for smaller creators like me, like we just get fucked. He seems to really want to defend this generator. Just sold your whole library of physical games due to current circumstances. Let me tell you, it absolutely sucks. As said, I've had to do it in times of my life before, and yeah, it sucks, dude. Silent Hill Collection was in that batch of games and it hurt to watch them go. Yep. Oh. Took my hand off to scratch my head. But yeah. If I got to a point where I needed to sell stuff, Silent Hill would be on the chopping block. Because again, we've got, for pretty much everything in the series, we have at least 2 copies between mine and Rachel's. Some stuff we've only got 1 copy of. Like, I've only got 1 copy of Kuon, and Rachel doesn't have that game. Is my Kuon NTSCU? Yes. It's complete inbox North American copy, but it was given to me by Bane Reeker, who was a good friend of mine and a member of our communities and a fellow streamer who passed away several years ago. So, like, we would need to be in a situation where we need to sell that for, like, a mortgage payment. Otherwise, we lose the house. Like, I would need to be in an extremely desperate spot to actually part with it. Do the generators. Do the generators. Well, time to die. Oh, the Sabo. The Sabo. I think he has another hook, though. Ah. When did Mikey get a pipe in the game? He's had that for a long time. It was part of his hospital gown outfit. Shows how long it's been since I played. I mean, that was like 2017 or something. That was like 8 or 9 years ago. But it's an optional cosmetic. Not everybody... There's thousands, literally thousands of cosmetics in this game. Not everybody keeps up with all that shit. Even people who play the game as much as me, there's a ton of cosmetics that I'm not familiar with, or that I've never seen in game. Yo, Maxi with 111. 111 months. My 111st birthday. Was so busy chowing on a snack, I forgot I have this. I have this. Thank you so much, Maxi. Appreciate all the love and support over the years, man. This man has coup. He's insane. Oh, he bonked it when he tried to break it. This pallet's gone. Fuck. I have a window. We fake it. What a whiff. He gets me here. I'm just taking him to the edge of the map. The other person should get out. If she leaves, I have a chance to get Hatch. But she's just standing around. So I die. I think he gets me here. Yeah, I had to try to bait a spin or something. If I could have made him whiff like 2 more times, I probably could have made it to the gate. Oh my god, the Sabo. I don't know if it'll be enough. There's too many hooks on this side of the map. Oh, so close. Yeah, and she just left. He's mad. I don't know why he's mad. He got a 3K. Upset that I ran him that much. I gotta take a break. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, guys, but I gotta call it here. But thank you all so much. I really do appreciate everybody coming over with the raid with Maxi Lobes. Appreciate all the new follows, all the subs and resubs. It's always good just to see you guys, especially when I'm streaming at kind of weird hours. But really appreciate everybody coming by. Thanks for all the love and support. Sorry for the abrupt end. But kind of have to take care of some things. Ecdysis is still going. Ecdysis is still going, and he's doing some Resident Evil Code Veronica X runs as well. So, go and show Ecdysis some love. And I'll be back tomorrow or later today, whatever, time isn't real. I'll be back at some point. Jason's coming out to Dead by Daylight later today, so I'll get the DLC and be trying out the new killer and stuff like that later on. So, till then, thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.